Holywells Park, I park for people.
Well, I'm Lord Apple.
And I'm Lady Apple.
And we're here to introduce everyone to Apple Day and our wonderful orchard we have here on behalf of Friends of Holywells Park. It's a treasure hunt, isn't it, Lady Apple?
Yes, it's a treasure hunt, and the children have to wander around the orchard and find letters and fill in the letters to make an Apple Day saying.
Now, all the events we go to, we make the homes for nature, so we do good variety of boxes for all types of wildlife. Try and get as many people in and around Ipswich to put at least a box in their garden and promote wildlife.
Well, you've got lots and lots of lovely folk getting together and enjoying themselves in this wonderful park.
I've bought a pumpkin to make a pumpkin pie, and we now have a hedgehog in our garden, so we bought him a little house for the winter.
Today's theme is Apple Day, and you'll see there's lots of things going on involving apples. There's juice pressing, there's apple fritters being cooked, also pumpkin bashing going on because we're close to the 31st of October.
There are always great things going on at Holywells Park, and I'm very excited about the plans for the future. Holywells, they do lots of kind of things which are distinct, like the Apple Day, and like all of the fundraising they have been doing around the orangery. And the thing that's very exciting about it, I suppose, is that the restoration programme has been led by the Friends of the Holywells Park. It's had backup from the councils, but really this is something led by local people, and that's how it should be, because it will be better as a result.
Yeah. Nice pink water. I just need done it. No one knows.
Been involved with the park all our life. Grew up on the park, playing on the parks. Met on the park.
Yes, we actually met on the parks, got together. Yeah, we met on here.
1971.
I was 14 and he was 16. And we've been together for married 37 years. Yes, I can remember as a child coming here with my dad, who was head park keeper, for about 15 years, 1980 to 1996. He had a fantastic time. He planted lots of trees and really loved the park. He was here when the big storm hit in 1987. 87 storm. And it really tore him apart to see a lot of the trees uplifted, and lots of memories as a child growing up here.
One of the first memories was the otter hounds coming down to get rid of the poor old otter there, but there were no fish left, you see, that's why.
Biggest memory, I suppose, being chased all over the park by the park keeper. I mean, obviously I'd never done anything wrong, but he seemed to think we did, and no messing about. When he chased you, you made yourself scarce.
A big landmine, which of course was meant for the docks. Of course the park's very swampy, isn't it? And so it didn't go off, which was very fortunate. But it was a huge, great thing.
All the ponds in those days were surrounded with a 6-foot fence. You couldn't get near the ponds. We used to jump over the fence when the park keeper wasn't looking to get a cane, because there was a lot of canes growing there and we needed these canes to make fishing rods.
My earliest memories was playing football on the field where they used to keep livestock. And very, very early memories is in the 2 cottages as you come into the park. Was it one of the residents there used to be in charge of the dray horses for Anthony Cobbold.
I remember the big bomb being dropped in the park, and it went into a marshy, a wet area somewhere down near the paddling pool, and it went in very deep, and it took the bomb disposal squads quite a few weeks to get it out. If any German aeroplane was shot down in the area, it always finished up in Christchurch Park, and everybody went to view it and put your pennies into the fund to buy a Spitfire. That was the thing that happened.
changes are quite dramatic, really, that they're actually for once draining the ponds out and replanting the trees and various other things around here for the next generation, from my granddaughter really to appreciate and take on board.
One of the major events I can recall happening on the park was the day a jet plane crashed into the park. We were only boys at school at the time, and we'd been to what was the school sports day, and we see the plane lose height, and we said it's going to come down, and unfortunately it did. And where we're actually standing now on this very site is where he attempted to bring the plane down.
It's got little scales like fingernails, see them? If you pull on that, it's like flicking your fingernail back.
Nice to see so many trees in a park, especially like sort of very woodlandy sort of look to it. It's nice to see parents as well coming up and showing their children that they're not terrifying animals that attack you. We also have tarantulas here, which are absolutely fabulous to show children. Oh yeah, we have a scorpion. Don't get like much chance to handle scorpions, so when you have one it's pretty nice to like show people it as well, because people don't tend to see them. So
Got some exotic species here today. This is a carpet python from Australia. She's a female. Despite what people think, she's kind of smooth rather than slimy.
We've been coming to the park for these events virtually ever since it's happened, because Ipswich parks are really, really good for wildlife, and I think that can be borne out by the amount of people that have come here today to see it. Ipswich parks in particular are excellent for bird watching. Holywells Park in particular with the conservation area is a wonderful area. I think the park's been very well maintained. It's been certainly improved, and I think it's now been improved a lot more. They've got a lovely playground for children, and basically there's everything here you need.
Yeah, we've been doing bug hunting and hedgehog trail. We're also doing crafts where people can make clay hedgehogs and things like that. The bug hunting has been a real big success, where kids have been using sweet nets and these little bug pots to catch all sorts of insects and come up with really some interesting insects like wasps, spiders and various butterflies and damselflies. Yeah, I live local, and it's lovely, especially with the history and the ice house, because I was originally involved with the Mid-Anglian Bat Group. The ice house was like looking at being a hibernacular. So yeah, I was involved in some of the planning with that. Finger in there, there you go. Oh, there he goes.
Well, it's been a great day. We must have had about 300 or 400 children down here over the last 3 or 4 hours. Lots of positive stuff, lots of nets filled up. We've had pike and minnows and sticklebacks and dragonfly larvae and water scorpions, you name it, we seem to have it in the pond. Paddling pool's changed, a lot more community involvement there used to be. The new player has been involved, which has sort of raised the profile of the park as well. So yeah, things have definitely improved.
Hi, my name's Jackie Wynn. I own Off the Farm Petting Zoo. It's our second year at the Family Fun Day at Holywells Park, and we bring our animals for everybody to enjoy and stroke and get up close to farm animals.
And we love the little paddling pool. And two or three generations of the children have used the little paddling pool. Sure, it's going to look beautiful when it's all finally. I'm really looking forward to it.
They used to hold the Ipswich Carnival on here. This again was back in the 1950s, and they would have the parade through the town and up the Bishop's Hill, and they would come in at the Bishop's Hill gate.
I was always fascinated by the palm tree that is actually over there, and many of the time the parkers used to chase us for actually being in here, messing about.
We lived in awe of the park keepers, remember, because in those days discipline was very strict. If you were seen cycling in the park, he'd blow his whistle, point at you, and you jumped off quick and walked to the gate and then jumped on and disappeared. The other person who was often in the park was PC Roper, the local policeman who had a police station in Acton Road. He often patrolled the park and he knew all the naughty boys, and he just pointed his finger and said, "Watch it, son," you know, and you did.
During the war, during the Second World War, when people were being bombed and houses were not fit to live in, they would relocate those people into the mansion house, you know, until they could bring the houses back up to the state of repair that they needed to be to go back in. So the mansion house, you know, although the Cobbold family had left it and gone to Glenham Hall, it was still being used.
I remember when the old house was still there, and they used to serve cups of tea through the window into the garden on Sundays.
I was coming home from night school, and this would be around about 1945, 46, and towards the end of the war. And halfway up Bishop's Hill, my friend Bernie Ford and myself, we sort of heard this doodlebug coming over, and it just got to the near us and the engine cut out, so we threw ourselves on the floor, and I remember it went in somewhere over Stoke, over that area.
The playground has made such an enormous amount of difference because the amount of number of people who go down there now, and also of course it stopped children making dens in the bushes like we did, which if we did now, the park keepers would be going onto us like a shot, wouldn't they?
There used to be a brick structure which led down underground to a sort of a passage. Now I can only assume that was the ice house because, you know, as children we thought it was a secret passage to the mansion, but I'm sure it wasn't. It was more than likely the ice house.
I do remember coming to a youth club that we used to have in the old mansion building, and this would be in the period 40 to 46, that sort of time, 1940, 46, the end period of the war and just after the war. And we were able to go out all day long on our bikes, take a bottle of lemonade if we were lucky, made with lemonade crystals, and a sandwich or a bun or something, and we'd go off all day and we'd come to the park on our own.
I work for the Works Department, and up until a year ago I used to do all the parks repairs on all the parks, quarter buildings throughout the council. So I had 15 years on that. I repaired the orangery on numerous occasions, sealed it up when it was all sealed up originally, and also repaired it when it was up and up running.
We didn't call it the orangery, probably called it the big greenhouse or something.
I call it the big greenhouse. I didn't know it was an orangery, really. They used to house all the plants, and the pond was very pretty, with little bits and pieces in it. The children liked that. And of course the floor was all open. But I remember it for all the lovely plants they used to grow in there.
I honestly believe, and I've always said, that Holywells Park is the prettiest park in the town. It's the jewel in the town, in my opinion, and I think I'm very, very lucky to actually live so close to it.
My grandchildren, wherever they are.
2 grandchildren, which has only followed off my 2 sons.
Our sons used to play on here. No, they play on here.
And we played on it, and we're still on here. So, you know, that's gone about 4 generations, you know.
My father's got a tree planted in near the bowling green, a tulip tree. I don't know the real official name of it, but it's in his memory when he passed in 1999.
To stop until I join the band. Well, my Lord said, he said he would shake my hand. Oh Lord, good Lord, good Lord. So say to me, no janami story. Kogami otata voda. Susite momita vekam. Kogami otata voda.
The house had been built by Big John Cobbold, had been lived in by 5 generations of the same family. Sadly, the house did not survive the ravages of time and rot and death watch beetle, but now this park is owned by Ipswich, it's managed for the people of Ipswich, and it's currently being improved for the people, and from a Cobbold family point of view, that is a wholly satisfactory end to a beautiful tale.
I like running.
And what else do we like?
Playing. And I making new friends. Things.
Swings.
Slides.
Slides, yep. And what about the ducks at the park?
I like feeding them.
Feeding them. I used to play with my brother here. But mostly when he was about, well, he was a baby, I used to bring him down here in the buggy and take him for walks around. We used to feed the ducks.
When I was 3, I couldn't go on the swings.
You couldn't go on the swings when you was 3, could you? No. I live quite close by, so I use this park quite often. After Riley goes to school, we sometimes come over, especially when it's a nice day. And I've been coming here for quite a while now. I like the fact that they've got this story. I've seen this for the first time today, this little storytelling area. It's really nice. I love it. We're quite nature sort of people, actually. We love our trees and foraging and stuff like that. So yeah, we like old trees, new trees, all trees. Yeah, so it's really good that they've got the toilets there and we'll be able to put them in good use. We love coming for nature and everything.
Start again. Start. Stay. Stay. Start. Stay. Dừng. Start. Dừng. Start. Stay. Dừng. Start.